Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? I got my hammer. Let me make some room here and then we'll get to everything. Did I unplug you last night? I did unplug you last night. I almost left this plugged in overnight. That would have been very bad. How's everyone doing today? It's Friday, right? It's Friday, right? It's Friday, right? It's Friday. It's Friday, yeah. How is everyone doing? We're doing some tubing tonight. We're going tubing, people. We're going tubing. Gonna upgrade. We got that all in the box. We're gonna pull that down off the shelf. We're gonna rip the tool head out of it. We're gonna do a bunch of work today after I make some room because I was out here last night. Please tell me I'm not the only one that I'm a night owl. Okay, I'm a night owl. I don't go to bed till like 1 or 2 in the morning usually. But everyone else in my household goes to bed earlier. Please tell me I'm not the only one at like midnight. I'll be on the computer and I'll go, you know what? I'm gonna go work on something in the garage. And then I come out here and I'm out here till like 2 in the morning just working on something. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Because I was out here last night faffing about with the power armor suit that I'm working on and changed a bunch of stuff. But if you haven't seen it, it's I posted this on the Twitters and the Blue Sky and whatnot and the Discord. But I got the legs somewhat functional. They're not done. I need more webbing, like nylon strapping and buckles to kind of lock everything in position because right now it's moving on me too much. So I did an Amazon order. I'm waiting on that to come in. But yeah, it's getting there. I bought a cheap harness here, like a fall harness off Amazon. I should have bought a different one because this is gonna sound bad. This is too good, which means it's heavy. And I just need something to strap the armor to just to kind of hold it in place. So yeah, that's that. So that's what I was working on last night, trying to get all this sorted out. So let me make some room here, and then we'll get to the thing. But yeah, I got the thigh armor is done. I gotta pad it all up in the inside. There's too much movement. Although I'm figuring out how to put this on by myself too, which is kind of fun. Definitely do the same thing. You're not the only one. Yeah. Wait, Pete. Shimei, take the metal buckles off and replace them with 3D printed ones. Couple things. 2, 1, they're not metal buckles. The buckles in here are plastic. Oh, on the thing. 2, I don't need the buckles. They're just there. Also, why would I replace it with 3D printed? Metal's stronger. This power. Okay, you ready? This is one of the boots that already weighs 8 pounds. We're already up at like 14 pounds of armor. Or no, with these and everything, I think we're at like 25 pounds already for the suit, including the webbing. This whole suit's gonna weigh anywhere from 50 to 80 pounds once it's done. Like this is gonna be heavy. I really don't, I'm not gonna be, I'm not crying over ounces right now. Because the problem is too, I'm trying to do this cheap, and when you do stuff cheap, it tends to be heavy. There's a bell curve, I think, that like, when it's cheap, it's either really heavy or really light. And neither of those are good. Ratchet straps. I just bought 1-inch webbing. I just bought like 1-inch webbing and plastic buckles. Just off Amazon, waiting on that to come in. I got spray foam. Spray foam is awesome, by the way. Go buy yourself. I don't have it in here. I got it. Or do I have it in here? Yeah. This shit is awesome because if you got to glue stuff together, and like on these guys, for example, here, take this apart. So on the cav armor, okay, this is just webbing, like stretchy webbing, so it has some movement. Same with between the two halves. So this way, if like I'm walking, it's got some play, so it shouldn't break. That's kind of the plan. Is it does have some flex in the joint, but it's still tight enough. But to hold it all in place, I have knee pads in it. The problem is the knee pads, how are you gonna attach them there? They gotta be spaced out this much, and I don't wanna block up a bunch of foam. So I just put down a bunch of spray foam and held it in position until it dried. And it, you know, that ain't going anywhere. So it just kind of expanded to fit what I needed, and it works really good. That all together. And buckle up. But yeah, elastic strapping and cheap buckles and a lot of glue do a surprising amount of work. Walk slowly and carefully. Well, that's why I'm making the boots so heavy, right? So I'm balanced, right? If I make the boots too light, I'll fall over, right? So I gotta have a low center of gravity. And yes, I know I gotta walk carefully in it. Hello from France. Buongiorno. Something fell. What fell? Hopefully it wasn't anything critical. I don't know what fell. Don't use it to fix cars. No, no, you don't use that to fix cars. Making room. I found another heater. It's actually not bad in the garage today. It's only in the garage today. It's actually pretty nice. We are at 16 Celsius. So we're getting there. We are getting there. Turn that off. I found another heater in my basement that I plug in before stream to bump the heat up. Need to assemble. Well, like I don't plan on wearing it for hours on end. It would be wear it for a little bit, walk around and show it off, and then take it off. You don't put on something like that and plan to live in it for the day. So when it comes to bathroom breaks, it's quite simple. Go before putting it on. It's like, it's not like you're gonna be eating and drinking in it. The guy who had the Jets pack. Duct tape is free for repair. The best part is, with it being Fallout armor, in the Fallout universe, there is like a certain level of jank to everything. So if it does break at a con, duct taping it together would be actually lore accurate, which is good. Is everyone here yet? Or I'm cleaning up while I wait for everyone to get in here before we start the actual build. Because we have quite a bit to do today, actually. Because we're going into this blind like I always do. If you're new to the channel and you wonder how I do builds, when I see it, you see it. We go into stuff blind because I want to give people the correct impression of things. And nothing is worse than thinking it's easy because the YouTuber did it, when in reality, the YouTuber spent 4 hours researching stuff before going live to do it. That way you don't actually know what it's like for a new user. So when we go into something, we go into it live. So I have my Takeoff kit from Luke's Lab. I've got a CHUBE from Luke's Lab. I forgot to go find a freaking 24-volt heater, so I'm gonna have to swap the heater out. I know I have one downstairs, I just don't know where I put it. I'll just steal one off this guy. Do you think Pantheon will mind if I steal one of the heaters off their $1,000 hot end? Or Toolhead? Heater, 24 volts, 50 watts. I think Pantheon gave me extra heaters. I'm gonna go digging. We'll take a look when we get to it. I think I have extra heaters. Let's see, what do we got? 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 What did you send me, Pantheon? I know they sent me a bunch of left extras, but I don't know if actual heaters were part of that. Don't think extra heaters were part of that. Don't think extra heaters were part of that. Maybe in this box. Maybe in this box. Nope, no extra heaters. I mean, to be fair, they sent a whole extra hot end, so it kind of makes sense. Pretty chunky heater. Yeah, I know. I have extra 50 watt 50 watt 24 volt heaters. The problem is the one Luke sent, nothing against it, but they're spec'd for 48 volts, and I don't have a 48 volt power supply in this machine, nor do I really want to install one. I just don't want to have to deal with it. I got glue all over this. Let me clean this up. Inductive tube. I don't really get the whole inductive heater thing for 3D printing, because once you're at temperature, you're at temperature. And I've yet to use a hot end where I was pushing so much plastic through the hot end that the heater wasn't able to keep up. So I really don't get the benefit of going inductive for a heating element for a 3D printer, because inductive only heats up metal. It can't heat up plastic. So you're still heating up metal, which ends up heating up the plastic. So I know a company makes one. I know it's not cheap. And I really don't know how, you know, end of the day benefit it is versus just something like a CHUBE with a traditional hot end heater. So how many Voron printers do I have? Yes. Yes. I have Voron printers. I have several. I have yes. There we go. For overhangs, why would it make any sense for overhangs? Overhangs, like overhang quality is a function of slicer settings and cooling, not heater element. Or correction, I'm sure at a certain point the heating element comes into play, but your slicer settings, your print speeds and feeds, and your cooling will have way more effect on overhang quality than the type of heating element you use. Overhead camera on. And let's get this guy going. So first things first, we don't need the power armor helmet. So let's move this over here. Actually, we'll put it up top here so I don't lose it. Yes, I said so I don't lose it. You would be surprised how easy it is to lose a helmet. Ran in a diff turn. I put a Bambu hot in my V0. Heated too fast for PID tune to work. Had to limit power. That shouldn't happen, because the heating element in a Bambu hot end is a 24 volt, what is it? PTC heater. And it's only like 30 or 40 watts standard. It should not be heating up that fast. If it's heating up that fast, you got something wrong. No offense, but something's wrong if it's heating up that much. You should not, No, Steve, you got something funky going on, in my opinion. That is not, that shouldn't be happening. That's not how it works. Are you unplugged? Yes, you are all unplugged. Good. Okay. Let me move these boots out of the way. Like, are you sure you're not accidentally feeding a 12 volt? Well, no, Bambu doesn't even have 12 volts, so it's not like you got a 12 volt heater and you're feeding it 24. Maybe the thermistor is in. Yeah, something's got to be wrong. Something's got to be wrong if it's heating up. Something is way wrong. What thermistor am I using for CHUBE? Whatever one it came with. Whatever one it came with. And we are using the board that pairs with it too. We have the whole Luke's Lab Takeoff ecosystem in a box here that we're going to be using. Pulo, let's celebrate the last day of me having to be the IT guy. Is that a good thing? I'm assuming it's a good thing. You get a new job? Congrats. And then also, while I'm moving this over, hopefully not dropping it or breaking the screen for the millionth time, don't forget, if you haven't entered yet, you probably can't hear me because I'm squishing the mic. There we go. If you haven't entered yet, every stream we give away a spool of filament from POLYMAKER. Link is in the video description. Enter for your chance to win, because we're going to be doing that draw at the end of stream. So if you want to win some filament from POLYMAKER, go enter. Do this now. Do it. Do it now. Enter for your prize. Get your prize. Do it now. I don't know. Has anyone here built a Formbot Micron? Here's the thing when it comes to kits that aren't directly Voron. It's in a perfect world, it goes as good as building a normal Voron. It's just, I don't know what components they have, so it's hard to really comment on it. Andy Miller, hey now. Hey now. This is what dreams are made of. How do you like the Pantheon in the background? I like it. I really like it. I'll be honest, I don't use it as much as I would like to, simply for the fact that it's massively overkill for a lot of the stuff I do. But when I do use it, I love it. It's like, it's the, I won the lottery and want to buy a 3D printer. Or I can write it off as a business expense. Because this machine at $10,000 is a really good value because the people buying this are looking at $40,000 machines. When am I getting Construct 3D Bambu? I don't know. I don't know if they are companies like that, because they are smaller operations. I don't like asking for free shit. I really don't. I think it's unfair to request sample machines, especially from smaller vendors and whatnot. I don't think it's good business practices. If they reach out and want to send me one, I'll be down. But I'm not going to go reach out and ask for a free machine. And unfortunately, I don't have the budget. The channel doesn't have a large enough budget for me to just go out and buy every 3D printer I want to look at. It's just one of those things. It is what it is. Okay, let's get this back panel off. Seriously, best printer of 2024 that you tested or dream of? Honestly, if you're asking me blank slate, what is my favorite printer that came out last year? I'm just going to say Prusa Mark 4S. Simple as that. It is the only printer that I can recommend where, as long as you don't like, because even if you need it enclosed, cool, buy the enclosure. You didn't ask me price, and it's the only printer that I trust that it would work for everyone who buys it versus some other companies' machines. The big problem that holds me back from recommending machines like Creality machines and whatnot is simply the fact their quality control is sus. I don't like recommending something to 10 people where 8 of them have a great experience and 2 people get machines that just are crap. So, also, I haven't used any Creality machines last year. I don't think they sent me, or no, I got the K1C last year, which was okay, but it really wasn't. The problem is, everyone's just doing Bambu clones and nobody's doing it better than Bambu. The problem is Bambu just shot themselves in the foot and can't seem to understand the concept of a my bad. So it's kind of like they're digging their own grave here. They've completely ruined community goodwill. I make it a point whenever I do a critique video or something, I try to do it in a vacuum. So I speak on my behalf, where I'll like go, okay, based on my thoughts, my opinions, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll look for like independent sources of information, trying to avoid other content creators. So when I put my videos out, I didn't put my videos out in regards to the current Bambu drama based on what anyone else who is a content creator has said. I went, this is what people who do programming told me. This is what other people that have looked into this say. And these are my thoughts. And I take that and I put it out. So last night, I actually went around, was it last night or the other night? I can't remember. The other day I went around and I actually went and watched a bunch of other content creators' videos on the whole Bambu thing. And I'm happy to say, for the most part, people are in agreement. What Bambu is doing is really shitty. What's really sad were the videos that were trying to diffuse it and make it seem not as bad as it is, were the only videos that had Bambu affiliate links in the description. That's what I didn't like to see. Because other content creators who have Bambu affiliate links, when they put the video out, they were critical of Bambu and whatnot, and they didn't post the affiliate links. But I came across a couple videos where it's like, oh, this is overblown, it's not too bad, blah, blah, blah. And they still had the affiliate link in the description. And it's like, okay. It's like, personally, my view is if you have the affiliate link there in a random video, that's fine. But if you have an affiliate link in a video that is directly about a product and you post the affiliate link, I view that as endorsement. That's my personal opinion. Now, if it's a video, a generic video like this one today, and you go in the video description, there's a Prusa affiliate link. I'm not talking about Prusa today. Okay, we're doing Takeoff stuff. I really don't care about that. But if the subject of the video is what the affiliate link is about, I view that as an endorsement. So, yeah. But yeah, for the most part, most content creators, the vast majority, do not approve of what Bambu is currently doing. And I believe it is just not good business, what they are doing. They are not benefiting the consumer in any way, and they are removing features. And remember, before this update, you could use Bambu cloud services and use your local software, third-party software like Panda Touch and Orca and whatnot. Going forward, Bambu wants to bifurcate that and force you into either a developer mode that removes cloud features and allows you to do the third-party stuff, or you can use Bambu features, but you're locked out of third-party stuff. That is neutering the machine. You used to be able to do both before. And the whole MQTT exploit isn't an exploit. That is the actual way Bambu set the machine up to talk with their services. The exploit is people figured out how to do it themselves because Bambu never made it public. So the exploit is essentially, oh, we found the key. That's what the exploit is. It's not an actual security exploit. It's more like you guys left the key under the mat and now everyone's using the key to get into the house. Maybe you should have hid the key better. And considering yesterday was the day their beta software was supposed to go public and be like forced upon everyone with Bambu, if you update to the newest firmware, it's a good thing the community caused arms because we are of the massive security issues that people found. So personally, I'm never going to recommend a Bambu machine again because I can't trust how their machines will be after you buy them. We've established that. They're trying to remove features from purchased users. Straight up. Unless you can use cloud services while using third-party services at the same time, I don't care what they say, they have removed a feature. And I'm pretty sure for those in the EU, that's a big no-no. You're modifying the product after purchase. In a lot of jurisdictions, that's a big no-no. That's a big no-no. So yeah. So many of the Bambus have decent hardware, but not. Yeah, that's the big problem with all the clones. That's the big problem with all the clones is everyone's copying Bambu, but they're trying to rush it out the door, and they're okay hardware. From my understanding, the Creality machines hardware-wise is pretty okay, but holy hell, they're doing dumb stuff with the software because they don't know how to use Clipper. They don't know how to configure Clipper. They don't know how to set it up right. They're probably doing what Bambu is doing, where they're outsourcing it all. And then the problem is too, Creality's now doing bullshit with trying to lock down RFIDs because they don't want third-party RFIDs. This is what happens when you let one company get away with some bullshit practice. If it becomes industry standard, it becomes industry standard. Who here remembers freaking Oblivion horse armor? Okay, we all laughed about Oblivion horse armor, right? $5 horse armor back in 2006. Look at us, look at the video game industry today. You cannot let this shit fly. And personally, anyone who I view as supporting this is just trying to make a buck off of it because they're the ones with the affiliate links still front and center. So yeah, is what it is, is what it is. I'm not naming any names because I really don't care, but is what it is. Don't get me wrong. I don't like, you know, I understand people make their living off of affiliate links and whatnot, so I'm not gonna say affiliate links are bad and they should be removed. Just be aware, please. What am I stuck to? This is stuck to something. What am I stuck to? What am I stuck to? Oh, I got the stupid fan in here. 1 second. Trying to disconnect the fan. There we go. Oh, geez, the wires. That's why. There's still wires. I got to take off all the stuff on this. Horse armor was the beginning. Exactly. This is our horse armor moment. This is our horse armor moment. I mean, if you're okay with having gate kept and paywalled systems, okay, but a lot of us don't want to deal with that. Shoot, how did I mean, I could probably cut all these wires because I'm replacing them all, but I'm trying to remember how I used clips and I don't know how I undid them. 1 second here. 1 second here. I'm trying to undo this. Luke, gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. Come on. There we go. Okay. There's that. There's that. And there's that. Okay. I gotta fix the stupid fans died again. Certified first they came for me. Yep. Simple as that. Simple as that. And I think I missed another one. Did I miss another one? Andy Miller, $20. Cheers and appreciated. I don't know if I called that out, but I'm calling it out again. Thank you. Appreciate it. Are you going to go with 20? I'm going to go with 24 volts. The kit came with a 48 volt, but this printer doesn't have a 48 volt power supply in it. I'm pretty sure I could find a small 48 volt power supply that I could fit in here. Uh-oh, I should have moved the bed up before doing this. Uh-oh. How are we gonna get this out? I can go out that way. Go out that way. Okay. Go out this way. I'm sure I could find a 48 volt power supply that's small enough just for Toolhead shenanigans. If anyone has a link to a small 48 volt power supply that will fit in here that's relatively cheap, that's on Amazon Canada and will arrive in the next couple days, I may do that. But like, I don't have a ton of room in here to fit one, maybe? I don't know. I would have to figure out where to stuff a 48 volt power supply in here to make it work, but it is what it is. It seems to make an electronic socket may start with a flipper. Yeah. Meanwhile, too expensive. The problem with Meanwhile is they're not exactly super common in Canada on Amazon. A lot of them are knockoff, so I don't really trust them. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. UHP, whatever is small. I don't know what the actual power requirements of this tool head are. So I don't know how big I need. That's kind of the problem too. Okay, let's start getting this all apart. Let's start ripping this apart. Trying to do an X1 Plus install. Just remember, X1 Plus isn't firmware. X1 Plus runs on this SoC. So it gives you a new interface and gives you new ways to talk to the printer, but X1 Plus is not firmware replacement. Under the hood, it's still running Bambu Lab firmware. The tiny Meanwhile PSU, Steve. Is it for, will it work with this? Let's see. 2 amp, is 2 amp enough? See, this is the thing, like, how big is this guy? Like, I could just stack the PSUs, but... And by the way, you can't link. You can't put links in chat. If you're trying to link me something, you got to put it on the Discord. So. 48 volt, 96 watts. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how much juice a 48 volt tube and the tool head sucks down. Like, I know higher voltages is more efficient for wattage. I need at least 150 watt. Okay. It's just, I don't have a ton of room in here. So whatever I put in here has got to be small. Go for 5A. Okay, well, somebody links one on the Discord that's Amazon Canada. I'll take a look. Oh, what did... Has this just came out? Oh, this just came out, I think. Okay. I'm trying to avoid Bambu drama because personally, I don't care about them anymore. But when Jeff Gearling... By the way, it's Gearling. Gear, as in Metal Gear, Gearling. Jeff Gearling. I apologize to him because I think on the last stream or whatever, I called him Girling. I'm like, I've met this guy. Thank you everyone for valuable feedback. After carefully evaluating Bambu Lab's recent policy changes, we have concluded that their proposed integration method would not provide meaningful value for Orca Slicer users. Therefore, we have decided not to support Bambu Connect for the foreseeable future. We believe simply launching a separate standalone application falls short of true integration. Without direct access to printer functions, we cannot create the seamless workflow our Bambu printer users expect and deserve. This limitation severely restricts our ability to implement meaningful features and improvements for the printers in the future. We encourage Bambu Lab to reconsider their current policy. Users should have full control and choice over their hardware they purchased with their hard-earned money. We may remain open to work with Bambu Labs if they choose to provide proper API access and support for third-party integration. Meanwhile, for current Bambu printer users, we advise not upgrading their firmware and to keep their printers in LAN-only mode for security reasons. In the meantime, we continue focusing on our development efforts on features and improvements that deliver real value to the community. You know, if the mini nuke hadn't failed that I was printing on the VZ-Bot, the filament broke in the wire in the Bowden tube. I got to redo the Bowden tube. I would be dropping it right now. That right there is all you need to know. For as much as Bambu was harping on, we're working with Orca Slicer. Orca Slicer just dropped that. So hey, Orca Slicer is great software. Support them. They have a Ko-fi, whatever it's called, and I don't know if they have Patreon, but they do a lot of great work for the community that companies like to use. So if you like their product, you should support them. And Bambu Lab, I'm just gonna say this now because I don't know if you even watch my stuff. I really don't care. But in the future, if you're gonna pull features from open source hardware, you should probably support the developers of that. Okay? Don't just slam the door in their face, but keep stealing their shit. Or sorry, integrating their stuff based on open source licenses. Because you love to play the open source rule when you could take stuff. But when it comes to the developing stuff and giving it back on your own, don't like to play that game, it looks like. Don't like to play that game. By the way, a my B goes a very long way. I've yet to see, it's funny, how many blog posts have Bambu put out over the years, putting out fires? Not once I've ever seen them apologize or thank you for your feedback. It's always dispelling rumors and it's always defensive. How about a bit of humility and a my B goes a very long way. If I screw up on something and call it out and I'm wrong, I'll issue a correction. Simple as that. Somebody brings something, hey, you totally were wrong here. Oh shit, my bad. But yeah. Bruce acknowledged Orca Slicer. Yeah, and to be fair, when Bambu ports features from Orca Slicer back into Bambu Studio, they do acknowledge it. They have to. But I find it a kind of shitty business practice to take back, but rarely give. What is the blueprint from Bambu? What is a Bambu? You want to know what the blueprint is? It's DJI. It's the same type of thing. They would come into the market with a good product, which again, it's a good product at a very competitive price, push out the competition, and then once you have everything on lockdown, you jack your prices up and start building walls. It's a very common business tactic. We've seen this in multiple different industries from multiple different companies. Look how shitty Adobe is now with their software suite and having to pay like hundreds a month if you want to use all the features that used to be just a one-time purchase. There's a reason I use DaVinci Resolve. It's simply this. It's yes, they make a really nice cheap printer that prints colorful wingdings and shit. It's great. But we should not be supporting those business practices that come at a detriment to users in the long run. You don't want, remember how bad things were for 3D printing when your choice was between a clapped out Ender clone and Thingiverse? And those were like the only two options. You had V-Wheel bed flingers and Thingiverse to download files. Remember how much it sucked during that period? And then Bambu came out and kicked everyone in the butt. And now we have modern and closed Core XYs, which are great, right? Because everyone's now cloning Bambu instead of cloning Enders. And then, you know, Prusa was like, hey, let's make a better file serving site. And they came out with Orca Slicer, or correction, Printables, which is pretty good. Yes, I know there's other sites like Colts and whatnot, but they were never that as big. And they mostly were aimed towards buying models, not free models. So then Printables came out and was a very good competitor. Thangs came out, was a pretty good competitor. But now everyone's copying it. Bambu has their Maker World. Was it Anchor or Elegoo or one of the other companies is trying to make their own Maker World clone now. Like everyone's trying. None of these sites really offer anything better. They all offer the same thing. The only difference is who's harvesting your data for AI training. At least I don't think Printables, Thangs, and Thingiverse is doing that, but I haven't read the Maker World EULA. I know they have an AI tool on their site. It's got to be trained off something. I love how when they launched that tool, they had all these advertising with Pokemon in it. Like, oh, you can make your own Pokemon. And then they took that down right away. Somebody's like, you do know Bambu, you do know Nintendo's lawyers are knocking on the door. Way before. Oh, printable, as from my understanding, Thangs and Printables, I can't remember which one came first, but it was basically Thingiverse, then Thangs and Printables, and then everyone else. And then Maker World, by the way, is, this is a Bambu product, so it's part of the ecosystem. Maker World is still allowing people to upload copywritten and license violating models for free, or correction, for pay. Because if you're uploading models to Maker World, you're doing, a lot of people do it for the points so they can get free shit. So people are actively uploading copywritten and license protecting models, and Bambu is ignoring takedown requests to take these models down. So even hardware aside and firmware aside, Bambu is doing shitty stuff that doesn't benefit us. Because, yeah. Like, just be a better company. Just don't do shitty, if you got to do this stuff to make it work, you go back to the drawing board and figure your shit out. If you have to, if your company can only stand by you know, locking down ecosystems and like, it doesn't benefit the user. It doesn't benefit the user. It benefits your bottom line. We don't like that. Ugh. Anyways. Market punishes them. Well, it's I seen somebody reply to their attempted blog post the other day on Twitter, where somebody posted their receipt for an order for $10,000 worth of cheating machines. They're like, well, I know what I'm building my print farm with, and they dropped a receipt for 10,000 cheating machines. So I believe it is impacting them, because again, pretty much every big creator is talking about it, and the majority are critical of it. Look in the Discord for a PSU. Ooh, that might work. Oh, that's a little guy. 45 euro. Ooh, that's gonna be like $100 Canadian. Oh, by the way, I don't think I've taken it down yet. Don't send anything to the PO box. I shut the PO box down. I don't know if I took it off of Stream Elements, but I shut down for the notification, but I shut the PO box down. It cost a couple $100 a year to keep open, and it was barely being used. But the uninformed won't hear about it. Well, that's why you got to keep talking about it. That's the thing. You got to keep talking about it. Do not go quietly into the night. Yeah, don't send anything to that PO box. I won't get it. Look at your picture. What do you mean your picture? Oh. I can make that fit. I can make that fit. I can make that fit. For Apollo's offer. Wait, what? What was his actual offer? Sorry, there's too much chat going on. I can't see. Let me try and catch. Taylor, trying to give the guy $70 and he's missing. Oh, shoot. Sorry. If you want to send it, we'll talk after. I'll give you the actual home address if you want to send it. Apollo, $3. Sorry. Chat's moving so fast I can't see the power supplies being thrown at me. Also, did everyone see Prusa put out a blog update for the Core 1? And they're open sourcing their little drag chain thingy. So I don't know how the timetable on that is, but if we can, I would like to try that in here. You're not using it? Okay, yeah, I'll make it work. Well, I'll figure out a way to make it work if you want to send it. I'll DM me, just DM me now, and I'll check it after the stream, and I'll give you the actual address so you can send it. Because I don't put my home address out, obviously. There's enough creepy people in the world. And I've already gotten death threats over 3D printing, so we don't want that going on. But Apollo, I do kind of trust you a little bit. Truggy gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated. But yeah, this is one of the downsides of doing all the sanding and cosplay stuff in here. Look how dirty the top of this is already. Like it's... Yeah. Okay. So I can stay there for now. I'll just kind of tuck you in there. Steve can vouch for me, you're not an axe murderer. I hope so. That would be very awkward. Drop you a link for a PO box alternative. Is it in Canada though? That's the thing. Two of the reasons I stopped using the PO box, the PO box that I used was through Canada Post, and with Canada Post, they can't sign for stuff. That's the problem. So any package that would be dropped off that needed to be signed for from like UPS, DHL, whatever, they can't sign for. So I couldn't really use it for like companies wanting to send me stuff, because that was why I originally did it. I didn't want to give my home address to every single 3D printing company, but I couldn't do it that way. I know Last Clipper Release has an issue. I saw your post earlier, but I was talking about something and I never got around to talking about it. We're probably not going to be updating. We're probably not doing any software stuff today. So yeah, that's why. So the only people that were using the PO box were just random people in the audience wanting to send me stuff, which worked. The problem was for how often it was used. Basically, a bunch of people told me to get a PO box, so I did. Those people sent me the stuff they wanted to send me, and then nobody else sent me anything. So I had a PO box for 2 years that I think I used like twice in the past year. So, worried about a corporate assassination? No, I just don't like having my address out as much at all. Like, it's... Try not to have yourself be on... Try to avoid social media presence nowadays. Like, obviously, I kind of can't because it's kind of my job. But you still kind of... You don't want to be super public on the internet nowadays, especially as a content creator. You'd be surprised the stuff I've been threatened with over the stupidest stuff. You would be... I mean, you might not be surprised, but it's kind of sad. Mail forwarding service. There's other things I've looked into. The problem is I can't use something like... Originally, I was going to use like people like use UPS or whatever. The problem is there's none near me. And I don't feel like driving like 30 minutes to go check a PO box. People are ridiculous. People are ridiculous. You know what's not ridiculous? The delicious taste of Bowberry from Gamersupps. Use code Canuck. Link in the video description. Buy some today. Actually, this is chug juice. I'm threatening to send you a mini split. Don't threaten me with a good time. Gamersupps is pretty ridiculous. It's pretty good. Not gonna lie, like I don't really drink pop anymore because of that stuff. Okay, I'm gonna be really smart, and I'm gonna leave these 2 exposed power lines out and about because I'm gonna need them for the thing. So if I go to plug this machine in for any reason before fully installing the tool head and all the electronics, yell at me, please. Yell at me. Just yell at me. I give you permission. Be like, no! Don't go into the long grass. Is swatting a thing in Canada? Yes. And I have actually notified my local police department. Because, again, you would be surprised. You would be, it sucks, but you would be surprised. Why are we all yelling? The problem is I can't get over the fact that Prusa is stuff made by 3D printers. Two things, yes and no. They are starting to move more into injection molding. Joe just shared this. Where is it? Where's the new toy? Yeah. So they just got a big old injection. Well, okay, big for them. For me, this is a baby injection mold press. I built 100,000-pound tools. This is a baby injection mold press. But yes, they are, because it takes time to build up to the need to do injection molding, especially when a lot of your design isn't designed for FDM. They pretty much have to redesign all their parts if they wanted to make them injection molded capable. At the volume they were doing for the amount of parts, and considering the fact that they want to do as much as they can in-house in the EU, they would have essentially had to gotten Chinese moldings and done all the work in China, which they don't want to do. They're trying to keep the work in the EU, which is, you know, I understand it's a valiant effort. So there's that. Also, it doesn't allow you to do iterations as quickly. If you want to change a design on a mold, you have to pull the mold out of production, weld the crap out of it, remachine it all, re-hand work it, go through tryouts, make sure it's all good, fix any defects, and then go back to production, versus you upload a new STL and you just keep printing. Two, it allowed them to test their machines thoroughly before pushing them to public. They have a test farm of hundreds of printers printing non-stop, putting thousands of hours on these machines so they can get good feedback on their data. And it's used as an advertising thing, right? Hey, our part, you know, if we design our parts to be injection or printable, then people at home, if a part breaks, they can just reprint the part. The very first thing I did with my Mark IV when I put it in an enclosure was reprint all the parts in ABS in case a part broke. So there are benefits to that. But in case you haven't noticed, the Core 1 has like 12 printed parts in it. The rest is like injection molded or metal. They are moving away from that with their newer machines. It's just with their existing machines, it kind of makes a bit more sense to do the printing. So it's not a bad thing. Here's the thing. If the part works fine and it's injection molded, and the part works fine if it's 3D printing, what does it matter how it's made? What does it matter? It's like Voron parts. Voron printers are designed to work just fine with 3D printed parts. Yes, can you get a little bit of an upgrade when you go to metal parts? Yes, but it's not needed. It's just, you know, it's like the space shuttle engines. They run at 105%. They were designed to work at 100%, but they figured out how to get a little bit more juice out of it. But they still work at 100%. There's just a little bit of overhead now. So going with metal parts on a Voron, yeah, you don't have to worry about the parts accidentally breaking if you didn't print them great or something like that. And you might be able to bump your accels and speeds up a little bit. But the printer still functions just fine with printed parts. You just get a little bit more room to go crazy with metal parts. So, yeah, Voron's too cheap. I know, the fact that we don't sell anything kind of impacts the budget. The fact that Voron doesn't sell anything and is a completely volunteer-driven open source project with no sales revenue to speak of goes a long way in not being able to afford injection molding machine. Start pre-orders for their kit soon. Take my money. I may have gotten a shipping notification this morning. Also, I need to figure out, this is an M5 screw, and it fell out of this machine, and I don't know where it came from. I legit don't know where this M5 screw came from. It was just on the bottom of it one day, and I don't know where it came from. Like, I don't know, and I'm a little concerned. But I don't know where it came from. Like, it's not an XY joint. It came from somewhere. Oh, I know where it came from. I probably will never be able to put this back in. It came from you. Aha. Aha, it came from there. Okay. Problem is, it's... Okay, I need to stop moving. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm like, I knew it came from somewhere. And I was looking at it. It fell out like weeks ago while I was trying to print on it. Okay. So what are we doing? We got this stripped down now. Now we got to build it back up. We got some goodies here from Luke. So I want to give a huge shout out to Luke's Lab for providing the stuff we are doing for the upgrade for this. I've been wanting to work with Luke's Lab stuff for a bit. I've just been waiting for the moment. And I'm like, hey, this is an all-wheel drive enclosed Trident with all metal parts and shit. This would be a great machine to throw one of the fancy tool heads on with the CHUBE and whatnot. So we reached out and he sent me some goodies. Full disclosure, I'm not being paid for any of this, but he did send over these products free of charge for promotional reasons, right? I'm going to build this. I'm going to show off the parts. If you want to buy anything from Luke's Lab site, there is a link in the description and there is a 10% off code Canuck-Creator. So if you want to help support Luke and the stuff he sells, check it out. But again, this is not being paid. This is just he provided some stuff and gave me an affiliate link. So full disclosure of that. So go check it out. So we've got the LGX Light Pro extruder. We've got cable. He sent me some 9mm belt. I don't know if I need to replace the belts on here because I did trim them, but I trimmed them for this tool head and I don't know how different it is. So if I gotta redo the belts, I have extra belts he sent me. We have the Jupiter tool head board. So this board is designed to work with 48 volts. I guess since we are gonna go 48 volts now, we'll do the hardware and get to the point where it's like time for electrical, then we'll put it on pause until I get the 48 volt power supply. So that'll be cool. We have the CHUBE. Is it unobtainium? Well, it might not be unobtainium because he was like, I'll send you the stuff when my order comes in for boards, and I have the board, so I'm assuming an order came in. So we got the CHUBE. We don't have a nozzle in it. Is there a nozzle? Did it come with a nozzle? I have a bunch of nozzles, but I don't know if it came with a nozzle. But yeah, we got the CHUBE. The CHUBE. We got some screws here and some stickers. We got this guy. This looks really cool. This is all SLS. It is surprisingly light. These parts are surprisingly light. And they're aluminum. So they're all SLS. Disclosure, this part did break in shipping. Apparently, I'm the first one to ever have it break on. Yay me. And I fixed it with some JB Weld. So is what it is. It's just a harness for the wire, so nothing major. It's an air. I believe it's an air. But since it's an air, or actually, I don't know, which one is it? It's thermistor, heater, CHUBE air. I don't think I need an additional fan though, because I don't see any additional fans. I only have the 2 fans, the blowimatrons for cooling. So I don't think I need a cooling fan for it. He didn't send one. And this is metal, so I do believe it doesn't need a fan. I believe it can like just kind of dissipate the heat enough on its own. A stealth burner, right? Well, we've got 4 motors moving it around. I'm sure it'll be fine. I do need a cooling fan. Okay, I'll figure it out. The problem is I don't have any 48 volt fans. Oh, these are 12 volt. Oh, I think the board has a buck converter to drop it down anyways. And then we got that. And then we also have, instead of using the cartographer that's on here originally, we do have a beacon. So the beacons are lit. And the probe is pretty cool too. So there we go, I guess. So let's get this tool head off and start putting this all together. Yeah. So I do have documentation. I do have documentation because Luke's like, let me actually make some documentation for this. Can't find Luke's. Luke, your link doesn't work. Your link doesn't work, Luke. The instructions I'm supposed to be following, the link isn't working. He's like, here's all the documentation. And I, no offense, I purposely didn't look at it at all because I do everything live. So I want the first experience to be the same for everyone, right? Try not to hide it in post kind of thing. So I didn't look at it until today and the site's not working. Timing. Yeah, let's try this. Is it? There we go. There we go. Okay. Let me move me to the other side here. Whoop. Because no. There's that. Put me up here. Turn the overlay on. There we go. Cool. Change your domain. Okay, cool. WTFIITFB. Okay, so what is the Takeoff toolhead? It's an SLM printed toolhead for Voron and Voron compatible platforms. GitHub installation here. So we're gonna need that. You will receive option A for the top plate. Work nicely with the extruder, but also provided. Highly recommended to use the belt tensioner in the repo. Will help you with pre-tensioning your belts as much as possible ahead of time. It's quite a process to get tension. Yeah, I have to loosen the belts on here. Oh, so this is what the F is in the F box. There you go. The Jupiter toolhead board. See linked here. LGX Lite Pro, dual fans. CHUBE Air. It comes standard installed. I didn't get a nozzle with mine. Beacon Rev H, odds and ends. I have nozzles. Here. Just let me just throw a nozzle in it so I don't forget. Here we go. We have a Fadis nozzle. A Fadis end coat nozzle. There we go. Fadis end coat nozzle. No. Oh, it uses volcanoes? Oh. Does it use volcano nozzles? That doesn't look... No, it has an insert in it. It has an insert in it. Yeah, it's got a little insert in there. Oh, you can use V6 now. Oh, okay. Where'd I put that? Okay, where did I just put the nozzle? Where'd I put it? Did I put it back in the thing? Yeah, I did. No, I didn't. Where'd I put it? Am I blind? Did I put it in the box? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I'm just going to throw this in here. This is just a Fadis coated nozzle end coat. What is this? This is a Fadis end coat nozzle. So I'm assuming it's hardened. I'm assuming it's hardened. So I'm just going to put it in for now just so I don't accidentally lose it. There we go. There we go. So there's that. Okay, Tube Air. So it doesn't have a fan for cooling the Tube Air with the kit. So do I need a fan or not? 24 volts might not be happy. We are going to be putting in a 48 volt power supply. Belt tension can be hard. Currently a bug in Coleco requiring firmware restart after print end. Oh, and that's another thing. We're gonna give Coleco a try. We're gonna give Coleco a try with this machine. Currently this is just running Clipper. So we're gonna be upgrading this machine to formerly known as Danger Clipper Coleco firmware. So that's gonna be another thing we're gonna be doing. So that's gonna be on top of the other stuff. So let's loosen these belts. So I have some belt tension to work with here. I gotta sort out my Allen keys instead of just piling them up here. Where is it? See, Danger Clipper. There are subpages. Yep, I've clicked a few of them. Loosen the motors up so they can move. How does this move? I'm trying to remember how this all moves. How the tensioning in this machine works. These up. I believe, yeah, it goes that way. So that tightens, so this loosens. Okay, so this way to loosen. Okay, so that's loosened. Because we want these nice and loose. Loosey-goosey. There we go. We bolted into the side of the LGX Pro. What? Okay. To design the printed mount. The printed mount for what? Oh, to mount the Jupiter. Send me the files when you get it. I'll print it on the Pantheon in some fancy glass-filled nylon or something. You just went 55 volt? Why? 55 volt, that's a lot of volt. That's a lot of volt. You want to use beacon contact? Okie dokie. I mean, that was kind of the plan. .42 volts is the answer. Now you gotta run everything on 69 volts because it's nice. ColecoVision. 230 volt. I just plug my hot end into mains and it glows. So I mean, I always have. Should I run downstairs to grab a prop to make a single joke? Should I run downstairs to go grab a prop for one single joke? Because the joke will be shorter than me running downstairs, but I'll be able to make a joke. Yes? Okay. I'll be back in 1 second. I'll be back in 1 second. While I'm gone, Bob, you're in charge. Where did I put it? I should still have it. I don't think I threw it out. Let me take a looky loo. Where is it? Where are you? Oh, don't tell me. Oh, no, I still have it. I still have it. There we go. Okay, found it. So just in case, Just in case if the heater that ships with the tube, CHUBE, isn't good enough, and we run into flow issues, I do have something I can swap it with. I do have this. So just in case we need to overly compensate, this is a 230 volt, 1000 watt heating element. It's by Hasco. So yeah, it's a 1000 watt, 230 volt heating element, which I do actually have 230. So I could plug this directly in. I could actually run this at 230. The problem is though, the problem is though, I don't think it's gonna fit. I don't think it's gonna fit. Is that for a 175 filament? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna fit. We built a mold years ago. Those are extras because they were too powerful actually. The mold was running, I can't remember what plastic it was running, but it actually had it to be heated up to a scorching hot temperature. And the easiest way to do it, to heat the actual mold up to like a temperature, was literally to have like a dozen of those heaters embedded in the metal. So yeah. Gonna need a bigger boat. So on the bright side, if I ever need it, I do have I have a metal carriage now. I can put on another machine. So I'm gonna save this because I will use this for something in the future. I mean, it's a metal carriage. I might as well keep it. So how do I put this all together? Let's get the metal stuff out. Let's get the metal out. So I'm assuming I start with this piece because this part has mounting holes. So it goes like that. There we go. I like how it works with the MGN 9 and the MGN 12 carriages. For Tridents, you need to cut the front and lead screw. So this is going to be something I'm going to have to be careful with because this machine is all-wheel drive. We are going to run into probably some issues where it's going to hit. Yeah. So we're going to have to, we are going to lose some print volume here from the front motors, but we already lost volume because of the motors already. I just don't know how big of a difference this is going to make here. What do we have for screws here for mounting this? I got two little screws here with a grub screw. Am I going to have to use my own screws? I got to use my own screws for this. I got a feeling I'm going to have to use my own screws for this. Yeah, I got a feeling I'm going to have to use my own screws for this. It's designed for monolith, which is quad. Home Y first, then X, and then have your slicer set up not to move inside the bounds, which it already does have. Like, this printer is already set up with restrictions because of this little no-go area up front. So it should still be fine. It just, we may have to tweak it a little bit to make room for the new fans. Yeah. It's the only open source SLM toolhead. There we go. No X loss. There will be some Y loss. That's fine. And we actually, no, not even, because we have the clicky clack doors. So we're probably just going to lose the little area in the fronts. Luke is selling takeoff kits. Okay, so this is how it goes together. So it just kind of mounts on, and then the belts go through that. That's actually not too bad. And then the tube goes in there. So that shouldn't be too bad. How's the belt path works? So it goes through that, and then it folds in on itself, and then you clamp it. Okay. Is there an actual instruction manual for this, or are we just kind of YOLOing it? Bomb, change log, license, files. Top plate, laser cut. Images. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to go off the images. I mean, it doesn't look too complicated. I mean, this looks actually pretty simple to do. I don't think it'll be too big of a problem. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'll just go off the images. Yeah, it doesn't look that complicated at all. Okay, that's kind of the thing. You would think the CAD is in the manual. Well, we'll YOLO it, and then we'll go from there. Sound good? Sound good. I'm assuming M3/8s because everything uses M3/8s because M3/8s are the best screw in the world. Screw lengths are called out in the CAD. Yeah, but then I have to install the CAD. I don't know if I have Fusion actually installed on this computer yet. See where we go. See where we go. Actually, M3/8s might not be the right screw. I might need M3/6s. No, it is M3/8s. It is M3/8s. Heck yeah. Wow. Hello, Sick FPV. How you doing? Progressing with the printer. Well, I gave up chasing gremlins with the toolhead, and so we're swapping out the entire toolhead on this machine for a wonderful Luke's Lab Takeoff kit. You're fighting with a V0. Well, it's a little printer. You should be able to take it in a fight. Where are the fans you put on the toolhead? Looks like 48 surface. The fans sit right here. And then there's ducts right here. So it's they there we go. Goes like that. I think. Does it go like that or goes the other way? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Make it work. Did I glue that together backwards? I think I glued that together backwards. Which way does the curve go? No, the curve goes out. No, that's right. That's right. My Magnum Plus is tapping out around 94 any CHUBE. You're doing 94 millimeters cubed of flow? What the hell are you printing? At what speeds and feeds? Like, I barely go above 30 on any of my machines, and I'm okay with that. What the hell? Please tell me you at least have bigger than a 0.4 nozzle on that machine. Please tell me you at least have bigger than a 0.4 nozzle on that machine. Printing straight water. And it was like, what was it? Slice that did their, they're like, yeah, look at our flow rate. And then you look up the numbers and it's like they're printing ABS at like 300C. Go. Okay. So apparently there's like a trick for the belts. So the belt path relies on you deflecting the belts with itself so that it's straight. The belt must fed with another piece of its near the joint so it's parallel. So you're not just sticking these in. You have to like... See, the problem is mine doesn't even look like this. Because mine, the teeth are facing inward versus outward here. Like here it shows the teeth facing towards the back. Mine don't face towards the back. They face towards the front, but I don't think that matters. Because this goes through here. How do server fans? I mean, they're going to blow a crap ton of air. They're going to be loud, though. That's the problem. 2.4 face millimeter nozzle. I can't get that to go around. Come on. You can do it either way. Okay. As long as it's not a concern. Let's see. See, I need to get a, there we go. So. Problem is these belts are bent already for me having a... There's that curve in there. It doesn't really want to go around the slope. It's like, go in and come out. Come on. Well, I don't want to cut the belts because then I got to rerun them all, and I don't want to rerun the belts. Like, I've got new belt, but this belt is like not barely used, so I don't want to waste it. It's like, just get around the corner. Shoot, I might have to. Let's take this off and see what we got here. Just have a desk to work on. Oh, that's great. Just dropping screws into the power supply. That's always good. Use your floor and bed to assemble your process. I mean, I kind of used to do stuff like that, but it's not as professional on camera to do. I figure what I'll do is I'll put two on, like this, and then I'll do the other two. Did you watch the LDO build stream? Currently printing and order the LDO kit night. Will be our first four on. Nice! Cheers for the $5 Ethan and enjoy the build. It should be a fun one. LDOs are very nice kits for if you want something that's still Voron. The only concerns I have with like kits like these, like I've got nothing against if you want to build a kit like this. It's just, if you build an LDO kit, if the Voron team comes up with upgrades down the line, you know you have a pretty good chance of it being compatible. Versus if you go all in on a kit like this with all custom machine parts and whatnot, you're kind of limited for upgrade paths down the line. They might not be compatible. So it's kind of like you either build a really good base Voron kit with a couple goodies with LDO, or you go with a more boutique, bespoke, custom kit, like something like this. They both have their pros and cons. You just have to decide which one you think is better for your use case. Because remember, at the end of the day, you're building a printer for yourself. So let's see. So and then I also have to flip it on itself, it looks like. Does this part really matter? Like, do I have to do that, or can I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll just kind of flip that around and then pinch it. And then I'll just shove a little piece in there when I do that. Okay. Oh, that's great. Camera angle. Wow. Okay. Tell us more about Voron updates. There's really nothing to say. I will never leak anything on here that's not public. So yes, while I am a member of the Voron design team and blah, 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 this channel is my own thing and I don't leak stuff on here. So if you hear me come out and say like, hey, Voron 2.5 tomorrow, I'm bullshitting you. I'm doing it for engagement bait. But the question is now, am I lying? So is Voron 2.5 coming out tomorrow or not? I don't know. Or do I know? Like the smash button. Find out. Okay, so that's that. So now I'm going to need one of these guys. By the way, thank you for self-tapping all these. We're about Trident XL confirmed. I mean, to be fair, just Trident XL is pretty much is Phoenix. Actually, no, it'd be more of a V2. I don't know. Messing with y'all. Nothing I ever say is serious unless it is serious, but then it's not serious unless it is serious. Potato, tomato. Potato, tomato. there's that. And now I need to put 2 little pieces in there. So when that's that. So I'm gonna have to use that belt and cut a little bit off the end, it looks like. I have doubts on Phoenix Kit. The Phoenix Kit is something at this point I will say don't hold your breath, simply for the fact that Phoenix is a massive machine. Think about it. Think how big the panels are on it. It would have to be shipped in a box big enough to fit the panels, right? It's like the same reason LDO isn't really doing Milo inclusion or enclosure kits. It's big. And shipping sucks for a lot of that stuff. Especially because it's coming from overseas. And after a certain price point, you don't get the Gucci free cheap shipping from China. Like, you got to pay actual shipping, and it gets expensive really quick. So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, hopefully, but don't hold your breath. Luke's Lab, Mark, I own the domain for printers for elephants. You know, I'm going to check that right now. I'm going to check those. Printers for elephants.com. Printers for elephants.com. I don't see it. I don't see it, Luke. Better hurry up and snatch it before somebody else does. You don't have anything hosted. Oh, I got to get my site finally set up. I keep not doing it. Isn't there an LDO Casa kit? Watch my video from Smurf where I talk with Luke's, not Luke's Lab, the Milo guys. It's like one of those things that they might make one, but you would have to like custom order it because keep sending stock would be too much. Kind of a thing. I see one unfinished Voron close by in Rochester, but he hasn't replied. Are you trying to buy it? I mean, picking up a used Voron is probably a pretty good deal if you can snag it. Not gonna lie. Especially if it's not fully been built yet. I'm always hesitant to say buy somebody else's project, but if you can buy somebody else's project for a steal, I mean, a deal's a deal. Just be careful. That's the only kind of thing I'd recommend, is just kind of be careful buying somebody else's project, because you got to hope that they knew what they were doing, kind of thing. And it's not always a guarantee. It's not always a guarantee that they knew what they were doing when they built it. So you kind of have to... Oh, shoot. Hopefully I got enough belt here. Oh, this is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. Oh, shoot. I might not have enough belt. I don't want to have to rebelt this. Come on. Through that hole. Okay, you go there. Tell which one I cut shorter than the rest. So. Okay. Get this kind of started. Oop, I dropped a... Oh no, my belt fell out. Dang it. Come on, get in your hole. There we go. Oh. Come on. Come on. Belts are always fun. Anyone else love playing with belts? I love playing with belts and ensuring belts are properly aligned and tensioned. It is so much fun ensuring that your belts are in healthy spots and, you know, actually installed properly. Dang it, don't fall out. Why do you keep falling out? People still use belt. I know that this isn't a magneto, unfortunately, so we can't do fancy stuff. No gravimetric harmonic drive, unfortunately, for no. Why do you do that? No gravimetric harmonic drive yet. One day. I'm getting hand cramp. Hand cramps suck. Get the screw on the thing. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, let's go. Woo! Project using Peopoly. As far as I'm aware, no. Peopoly, I do give them credit. You can buy the drives by themselves now. The downside is they're still kind of expensive, and not a lot of people use them. It's nowhere near as easy to fiddle with than like NEMA 17, right? Like it just kind of, it is what it is, unfortunately, kind of thing. There we go. The problem is the cost of the magnets and custom rails. Yeah, like it's a functional system, yes, but it is not exactly the most bang for your buck, and it's still in the experimental, I would say, phase. Also, the problem with their drive, you can't print slow with it. I know it doesn't make sense, but the machine prints better the faster you print. But not all plastics can be printed fast. So I just went to your Discord and am now mentioning what, no more monthly challenges. I know. I stopped doing them because, like, I won't say it was a ton of work, but because I was paying for the prizes myself, I was actually losing money on every stream. Not gonna lie. That was one of the reasons. Plus I started, like, I want to bring them back, but I need to figure out a way of doing them that works better, I think. This is the problem. Oh, no. Wow, that's a lot of slack. Okay. Now the favorite part, belt tensioning. Chris, $4.99, cheers and appreciated. You need sponsored prices. I know. I don't like being beholden to companies for stuff. I know. Yes, I know I do the POLYMAKER giveaway every stream, but that's pretty much it. I like not having to worry what I say because of a sponsor might not want to sponsor. Look machined. They're SLM. They're sintered laser. What's the M stand for again? Sintered laser something. They were made with lasers. They go pew pew pew. These stupid things keep falling out. I mean, I've got a ton of room in the back. I will say the one nice thing about this, I don't have to have them as tight at the front because I have a ton of room in the back for tensioning the belts. So I'm not too concerned about having the belts super tensioned right off the bat because I have wiggle room to adjust later. What's going on here? Oop, 1 second. Oh, shoot. Chat was in top chat. Let me change it back to live chat. I think I missed some chatters. Okay. Is there a difference between SLS or SLM? I'm not 100% sure. I believe they both essentially do kind of the same thing. But I'm not 100% sure which one is like the benefits of each. Stream until 2? Yes. 2 or we give up on this and we see how far we get. And I'm gonna have to cut that belt. There we go. Temperature difference. SLM is metal SLS PA12. Okay, so SLS is basically, they're both the same process, but one is plastic, one is metal. Okay, there you go. SLM is SLS with metal instead of plastic. Yeah, they both are basically the same process. It's just metal instead of plastic. There you go. So. Okay, so now we gotta tension these guys. Ooh, that's do I have it? Do I have one already made up? I gotta chase the hole. Gotta chase the hole, I think. Everyone should always have an M3 tap in a handle ready to go at a moment's notice when working on 3D printing stuff. You would be surprised how often M3, you need to chase an M3 hole. Don't break the tap in it. There we go. Do I sound sick? No, I'm fine. Might be the noise gate. I feel fine. All good. There we go. There we go. And now these belts are probably loose as shit. Yep. So now we got to figure out how to tighten them. There was like there's a tool that's supposed to make belt tensioning it easier, I believe. But I don't know anything about it. So I'll figure it out here. PF makes belt tension meter. Okay. Take a look. I think I might be able to just get it like this though. Not need a tool. There we go. I think that might be okay. Okay. Belt tension meter is really good, though slightly complicated to assemble. That's the thing. It's like if I could just get it good enough, and then I can just dial it in the back, because there's a lot of room for tensioning in the back on this machine. That's not good. That's not good. 1 second. Overhead. There we go. Okay. Okay, let's see how much tension room I have in the back if I can get these tensioned up enough. I really want to ensure that we're good. Because worst case scenario, I'll fix the tensioning off stream. When I'm to the Prusa XL, it's downstairs. I moved all my non-enclosed printers inside because it gets way too cold out here in the winter and too hot in the summer. So I moved all my non-enclosed printers inside the house, essentially. Let's see how much tension room we got here. So which one was that? Top? Oh, yeah, that's not enough. That is not enough. That is not enough. I'm gonna have to rebelt it. Shoot. Yep, that pulled right out. That pulled right out. Dang it, what happened? What happened? That did not work. Really interested in the product. What happened here? Oh, I didn't put the front things in, that's why. I didn't put the front things in. Shoot. Now, Yeah, this just ripped right out. Shoot. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Gotta fold it back on itself, and I never did that. Come on. There we go. Yeah, like that fell out too. You go there, you go there. It's like they just fall right out. It's like, no, quit falling out. And it falls out again. Problem is, it's not being pinched by the system. Okay, you know what? Let's try this. Let's try this one. Let's try this. I want to try some. You're gonna go there, and you're gonna go there. You need a dab of glue. Gabagool, dab of glue. Yeah, I'm gonna just glue it in place. I'm just gonna glue it in place real quick. There we go. When in doubt, glue. When in doubt, glue. Okay. There we go. You know what? I'm gonna have to rebelt this. I'm gonna have to rebelt. There's no way I can do this properly because the problem is I can't pre-tension it at all without using that tool because it just keeps slipping until it's fully tight. And because I'm reusing belts, they're short already. So it's like, because usually on like other ones, when you tighten this carriage in, it pinches the belts. It doesn't on this one. The only thing holding the belts is in the front here. And this one fell out too. Like, there's nothing back here holding these belts in. Shit. I gotta redo this side too, because now they're... Fuck. Yeah. That ain't good. That ain't good. That ain't good. One second here. Let's try this. Let's try this. You go there. Bambu subject. We already spoke about Bambu at the start of the stream, and I don't want to give them any more any more exposure than they deserve, and right now they don't deserve any exposure. Nothing has changed, in my opinion, of their implication. I completely disagree with what they're trying to push forward, and I don't support it at all, and there's really nothing else to really talk about, because I'm not giving them any more, I don't want to give them any more cred, essentially. I believe we can infer their intentions, and their intentions is to continue with their anti-consumer practices. And I don't think they'll be changing, so I won't be changing. Also, I'm disappointed to see majority of creators are against it and are speaking out about it, informing their audiences, but there's, you know, I'm not even gonna bother with that. It's drama, I really don't care. Trying to basically, you'll see in a second here what I'm trying to do. Go, you go there. Just happy the camera isn't green. Me too. Me too. Move this to the front so I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go, okay. There we go, okay. You got to be careful on this too when you're tightening stuff, because remember, you are screwing into aluminum. You can strip out the threads pretty easily. Order a box turtle. I did not order a box turtle, but LDO is sending me a kit. I don't know when it'll show up though, because I believe they ran into something with shipping it to Canada. So I do have one on the way. I just don't know when it will arrive, but I do have a box turtle kit on the way. I just don't know when it will arrive. So simple as that. Why is belting so complicated? Was there no other solution? No, it's just the way this needs to be belted up, because this is a metal component and whatnot, it needs to endure much higher stresses than other things. So the way this is belted is a much more secure way of belting, but also I'm reusing the old belt. If the belts I was using was much longer, I wouldn't be running into a lot of what I'm doing now, because I don't want to basically throw out perfectly new belt that's good just because it's slightly short. So I'm trying to use slightly short belt. If you were doing this from scratch, you would have more belt to play with, and you would not be running into this kind of annoying kerfuffle that I'm doing right now, essentially. So. Also, because of the way this is designed, the belts don't really actually get tight until you finally lock everything in with the clamp. And because of that, it's hard to keep like equal tension kind of thing. Higher security. Yeah, essentially this is a better way of belting it in the end, but getting there is a little bit more finicky. And for a machine like this, I think going with the better in the end, but more finicky route makes more sense. Because you also have to like wedge belt in certain places to ensure that it's tensioned properly. Go over here. Play with. I wish I used to have a set of big clamps that I could like wedge in place. for stuff like this. That could grab both belts. Yeah, see, this is supposed to go in with that. Nope. So you gotta like push that in while pulling that. There you go, suck it in. Yes, no, go in. That slipped, it slipped. Okay. You go there. There we go, okay. Now, I gotta figure out how to clamp this without it falling apart on me. I know you guys can't see anything. I will not care until I get this in. Ah, there we go. Woo! Hand cramps suck. That one. Shove one more piece in there. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Steve, for what it's worth, this is a broom connection. Yeah. It's just one of those things that this is what turned out in actual real world use testing to be the best way to do it kind of thing. It's like, remember, building the machine at the end of the day is like a very short process compared to using the machine. And sometimes it's better to suffer during the build to have a better process during the use. It's just one of those things. There we go. There's quite a bit of play in there, but once I tighten everything up, should be okay. So let me tension the belts up and see how much belt tension we actually get in this assembly, or if I gotta fiddle with it more. I can feel the tension, so that's good. I could live with that. There's a printed tension tool. I know there's a printed tension tool, but for now, we're just hand tensioning it. It is what it is. And on the bright side, how much are we out? Oop. Oh, I just ripped it out. How much belt did you give me? So I can't do it too short. Okay, let's loosen these up and do it again. Why aren't you moving? Why aren't you moving? Why aren't you moving? It's like, oh, I'll just, I'll just reuse the belt, save a little bit of time, make it nice and easy. The thing is seized. Why don't you want to move? Why don't you want to move? Un momento, por favor. Bibliothèque, s'il vous plaît. There we go. There we go. I want to ensure we have as much pre-tension as possible in these. Okay. Flipping hand cramps today. There we go. There we go. I don't know why this doesn't want to move. Like, it just doesn't want to move, this one. It's like wedged in there. Downside with metal parts. Anodizing is a little too thick on them, I think. Okay, that's good. Okay. So this is the old belt. Hopefully, I've got long enough of the new belt to replace it. I didn't want to replace the belts. I wanted to save time. That bit me in the ass. Oh, we got plenty of belt. Plenty of belt. Okay, so we'll go to about there. Okay, there we go. There we go. Like, I'll just reuse the old belt. It's new, it's just slightly short. Nope, give up, screw it, shove it in. New belt it is. Make sure both runs are equal. It is what it is. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. It is what it is. Count for anodization. Yeah. I mean, on the bright side, the new belt actually goes around the corner, so I don't have to take the carriage off. So we got that going for us, which is nice. Okay, so put the little dummy piece in and pull this nice and tight so that gets sucked in. Okay. Put another dummy piece in. Pull that in so it's nice and tight. Make sure these are equal. Okay. And then use this guy. And pull them back on themselves. Belt fun, Malott, $10. Cheers and appreciated. So that is that. I was hoping, the problem is, what I was trying to do, because I was doing this with short belts, I'll show you exactly my problem. So see right here how this is folded on itself? I wasn't doing that. I just had the belt come out and then I just had like a little piece of scrap belt pinching it. The problem is without this fold here, there's no real bulge. So there's no like actual, you're just relying purely on friction. And when it's all metal, metal is slippery. So it just, so by having this folded here and the clamp sitting over this part and having this part stick out, this is actually wider than here. So it can't really be pulled back through. So you kind of have to do that, as I just found out. You can't cheat it like I tried to do. So it is what it is. It is what it is. And now we got to route the belts all through this. Yeah, you need the bulge. It's gonna be a nightmare to do. Shoot. How am I supposed to? Oh, I forgot these are metal and the way this is done is completely different. One second. Shoot. Oh my God, this is, the belt padding on this is different than a traditional Voron. So I have to like get it around. Haha, okay, good. Whew. And then you go out this way. Right. There you go. And then around this guy. Okay. All the back EMF. All the back EMF feed. This is a nightmare. Belting this up is a nightmare back here. It's because it's metal and the belt pathing is different. It is nowhere near as easy to belt as a traditional Voron back here. There's like no... I need like a really, really, really small pick. Come on, there we go. Okay. Okay, let's see, you go here. Make sure I don't have this twisted, otherwise I'm gonna hate life in a minute. Okay. I mean, I could make this easier if I undid a bunch of stuff, but I really don't want to. This is one of the reasons that I want to rebelt it. I feel like the lock-picking lawyer here trying to get this to go through. Come on. Come on. Come on. Piece of shit. Come on. Come on. This is the point in the stream where you just put me on the second monitor and just listen to me while I swear for the next 20 minutes. Doesn't help I don't really have light back here either. Hopefully. How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do this? How the hell am I supposed to do this? For those that don't know, the way you do this during the build is you belt it before you put this together. And obviously we can't really do that right now. So I'm trying to use a zip tie here as a guide. Make it follow the zip tie. Come on. Oh, I got it. 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 Come on. I lost my zip tie. Gotcha. Haha. Whew. That sucked. That sucked. Yeah, you're supposed to belt it before you put this printer together, which really sucks if you ever have to redo the belts, as we're doing right now, which is why I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to redo the belts. Spot focus, turn that off. No, zoom out. Wait, why does zooming out not work? There you go. That's all I got for zoom out? Is is the zoom button on this camera broken? There we go. Problem is, even zoomed out all the way, you don't get a good view. Sorry. Okay. Then you go through here. Then you go through here. Wait, how did this go again? I'm trying to remember how did the belting on this go? How did the belting on this go? It goes around here. No, it's got to be on the inside. How did the belt path on this go? I should have taken pictures. C-bar, quad, XY. Around all three, then into the motor. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. It goes around all three, then into the motor. I'm like, how is this belt pathing supposed to work? Around the motor and then looped. So you come this way and then go back out. There we go. That makes more sense. Again, one of the perils of building a non-standard build is it's non-standard. And things might not work the way you expect them if you're not paying attention. You might be like, wait a minute, this doesn't go this way. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, we got one in. One belt is done, class. We've got one belt in. Yay! Golf claps in chat. If this was a Saturday night stream, I would be drinking right now. For now, though, I will make do with the cool, refreshing taste of gamer subs. Use code Canuck, 10% save. That's delicious. What does Krusty say? I don't mind the taste. It actually does taste good. Beer clock over here. I don't drink much anymore. I've really cut down on drinking. And by cut down, I never used to drink a lot, but like the past like year or so, like I just don't. I don't know. Unmute that. Don't need to hear me saying goodbye to the wifey when she gets ready for work. Been too stressed to drink. Ooh. Ooh. What time is it anyways? 1:15. Yeah, so we're going till 2. Oh, this is gonna be a nightmare to do this way. This is gonna be a nightmare. Where did I put that zip tie? Okay, again, put me back on the second monitor. tab out or whatever, just leave the stream running, and when I stop swearing, I got it. So until then, frick. Watch, it's gonna take me 2 seconds to do this one. I mean, it's not, but. So you gotta go around this way. Okay, and then you come out this way. Okay, and then this is gonna be a nightmare. This part is going to be a nightmare. Can't even see what I'm doing. Now, the problem is the bearing's here, and I gotta loop the belt around it and out, but I have no way to get at it. So it's like I can try doing like the little zip tie trick, but I can't really. The trick is you use a zip tie and you kind of put the zip tie around the bearing and use that to kind of like guide the belt through. The problem is it's not really something you can really do in this angle, I don't think. I mean, I could actually, maybe if I can get underneath. Let's see here. Let's see here. Do I got tweezers? My tweezers. I have like 20 pairs of tweezers and I always misplace them. So I'll use them and then I'll put them down and then I'll forget about them. And it's like, you know, get over here. Maybe if I try this, let's try this. Okay, if I push you. Oop. Ha! Ha! There we go. Nope, get up. Gotcha, bitch. Aha. Gotcha. Yatta. Okay, so now make sure everything's on the bearings and not slipped off. Everything's engaged with motors. We're all good there. Okay. Whew. So now I need to cut some belt so I can make the little stubby bit. That gets sucked in. Bambu Drew Omi, at least I can still download the upgrade path for the X1 Plus that hasn't been blocked yet. They really wanted to do that. Remember when people, remember they keep referring to exploits. All it is people just figuring out what their internal protocols are and making it public. Like they keep saying the MQTT protocol that like PandaTouch uses and whatnot is an exploit. It's not an exploit. That's what they were using to communicate with the printer. They just didn't want people finding it out and using it publicly. And then people found it out and started using it publicly. So it's not really an exploit. They just left the keys under a mat out the front door and people just kind of found the keys and started using them. And then they got big mad. So it's like, I I'm just wondering if they didn't realize what kind of industry they were working with, and like, because they're all former DJI folks, right? They're all former DJI engineers, and they're all, you know, funded by IDG Capital and whatnot. So I guarantee you they thought they could do what they did in other industries, and like, because 3D printing has so many freaking nerds involved at like every level of it, we just sniffed out this stuff right away. We just like found this stuff right away, and we're like, hey, no. And they're like, what do you mean they're complaining? We didn't have this when we, you know, we put up all this geofencing and all these rules for like the quads and whatnot, the FPV quads. So. Okay, so now a little bit of the tension out so I can suck the belts in. Kirk fanboys are 90 years old. What, like Star Trek Kirk? People even watch Star Trek anymore? Like the only Star Trek show I'm even slightly interested in watching is like Lower Decks. And I think that show's done soon, so I'm waiting for it to be over before I watch it, because that's just what I do. If you haven't watched Lower Decks, you're not living. I've heard good things. I've heard good things about Lower Decks, so I'll probably give it a try at some point. Just not right now. Okay. No, you gotta get sucked in. Get sucked in. Come on, get sucked in. No, a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Nope. Now I got to figure out how to tension this. Where? Uh-oh. I saw you. There it is. All right, great. Hand cramp. That's great. That's great. That's great. Hand cramp. Perfect time for a hand cramp right now. This is probably where the tool would come in very handy. Yeah, see, nope, that didn't work. That didn't work. They came loose. Okay. Well, it came loose. Stay in. Quit falling out. Okay, 1 second. Maybe if I do this. So pull you out. Pull you out. If I... Okay, there we go. So you go there. Trying to make it so that it wedges it in tight enough that it doesn't. Nope, see that. Nope. Nope. Drop the mark. Get back here. Get back here. Wow, great camera angle, eh? No, get sucked in. Get sucked in. It doesn't want to get sucked in. Why aren't you getting sucked in? Get sucked in. There you go. Get sucked in. There you go. Same with you. You get sucked in too. There we go. There we go. Okay. So now you both go like that. And then you go like that. There we go. I think I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. There we go. Okay. So now okay. Now we can tighten these up and see how much actual tension I have and see if we're actually in a good spot or if I screwed everything up again and I got to do belts again. I hope not. I don't know why this doesn't want to. Come on. Stupid anodizing on this one makes it so it doesn't want to slide, so I gotta drag it. Come on. By the way, how are you supposed to mount the fan on this? Unless they mount underneath. Am I missing? Oh, they mount underneath, yeah. There we go. Okay, yeah, that'll work. How's that for tension? There we go. Okay, so these can be probably trimmed. That actually might be a little too much tension, if anything. There we go. That feels right. There we go. And we don't have any racking too. Nice. There we go. Okay. There we go. That is good. That is good. Okay. Wow, all that. And we've gotten we did one thing. We got one thing done. We've mounted the tool head. We've mounted the mount for the tool head. There we go. There we go. B5. What is B5? Okay, so now we've mounted this. We got the belts all clamped in. We're good there. So I guess we put the tube in. What's the tube mount with? I'm assuming M3/8. Probably a lot of M3/8 in this build. How does the tube go in? So the wires come out the side. That screw is in the front, it looks like. Oh no, the hot end's pre-assembled. So the heater and everything's already installed. So I don't need to fiddle with that. Tube first, then fans, okay. Boys, I've heard good things about the boys, but I'm waiting for the show to end before I watch it. I'm one of those people, I like waiting for a show to be over before I actually watch it. Because after Game of Thrones, I just don't trust shows anymore. Simple as that. After Game of Thrones, I will not watch a show until it's over. It kind of... Game of Thrones has ruined shows for me, unfortunately. Too much time invested in shows that ended crap. So, am I supposed to put every screw in this? Do I need all 6 screws, or is like a certain number of screws recommended? I'll put in all 6. Why not? We'll put 6 in. Goop on the top of the tube. Oh, at the top of the tube. Oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. So I'm assuming it's the this goop right here. This goop. So I just like what? I put a slathering on top, and then I use it as an interface material. That's from LGX. That's bearing grease. Okay. Where is goop at? Is it in the tube? I don't see anything in there. Don't see anything in here. Oh, use random thermal grease. Ow! Okay, let me go downstairs and find some. Let me go downstairs and find some. I'll be back in a second. I should have some downstairs, I believe. I'm just gonna walk and talk while I do this. I do believe I have some. I do believe I have some. The question is, where did I put it, is the question. But I do remember seeing some. Aha, there we go. Cryo rig high density cryo paste. That'll work. That'll work. And then what I'm going to do, because I don't want to accidentally get any goop in the tube, I'm going to put a PTFE tube down the middle for now. This is a filler. Do I have a little piece of PTFE tube? I don't think it really matters too much. Anyways. Doesn't really matter. It washes out instantly. Okay. Well, do I even have some in here? Or am I out? Might be out. Oh, I am so running low on this. It's like, come on. Okay, well, that's all I got. I got some. Go. I am starving right now, like hungry, like some sort of semi-aquatic mammal right now. Although, on the bright side, since January 1st, I am down 9 pounds. I was January 1st, on the morning of January 1st, I weighed 196, or correction, 194. This morning, I'm at 185. So, that's good. Okay, so we don't need the tube container. Next, we need the extruder and this plate. What time is it anyways? Okay, we got 20 minutes. Don't forget, if you haven't entered yet, every stream we do give away a spool of POLYMAKER filament. The link is in the video description, so enter for your chance if you haven't yet. How does this work? So this goes face down. Okay. And then this mounts, I'm assuming... How does this mount? Well, I'm assuming it's got to mount with that hole in the middle. So, looks like we got 2 from that side and 2 from that side. Okay, so we got 2 coming up from the bottom. Yeah, we got 2 coming up from the bottom. Okay. I think it does give me some. Yeah, it gives me... I've got... What size screws do I use for this? Because I got 2 little counter... Luke, what are these screws for? Do I need these? 2 flatheads, 2 socket heads. Well, the thing is, do I have flatheads? I do, but I don't know if I have any that are... Shoot. I might have to use these guys. Those are spares? Spares for the tube, I'm assuming? Actually, does this guy come with screws? No, this guy doesn't come with screws. Comes with an Allen key. I might have to get more countersunk screws because I don't have any flatheads. I have flatheads, but they're like longer. We don't provide M3 screws. Big digging. Nope. Nope. I might have to go shopping. Socket head. Oh, we got M3 button heads. We got button heads, but they're too long. Got button heads. Ooh, I got one. Got one flathead. And one flathead screw. Got one. The rest are button heads. Well, we could put the one in. I'm assuming the skeletonized goes down, so which way? So you go there. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to find one more flathead screw. I literally had one. This is leftover stuff from that. Oh, wait. Wait. Wait, wait. 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 Where was I looking at? What was I looking at? I knew I saw one somewhere. Wait. Yeah. The stupid little tension screw that nobody ever uses. That stupid little tension screw that nobody ever uses in the Clockwork 2 is a flathead. It is too short. Frick. Okay, do I have anything on my desk here? Now we are going through desk screws. Oh, here's another one, but this one's probably too short. We'll start kidding screws. Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, I have a bunch of screws. The problem is they're all like socket heads. It's non-standard screws, and I would say flatheads are non-standard. Yeah, I have a bunch, but they're all like 4 mil long, so they're short. I'm gonna have to steal one out of a printer. I'm gonna have to steal one out of a printer belt. Oh. Okay, where can I steal one? Which printer has a belt I can steal out of? Oh, I got one right here. There we go. I do have screws. We're good. Okay. There we go. I was this close to stealing the screws out of the front of this. Raid the Death Racer kit. No, because I'm going to build the Death Racer soon. We're going to be building the Death Racer soon. So I can't raid the Death Racer kit, unfortunately. How am I supposed to put that screw in the back there? Oh, it screws up from the bottom. Okay. So if that screws up from the bottom, how long of a screw is that? Okay. Let's see what we got here. That guy. And that guy. Flatheads. Well, here's the thing. I have a kit of flatheads, but I bought it years ago, and I've used up all the small ones. So I have a bunch of long ones. I just don't have, it's all small ones I have now. So that's kind of the problem. There we go. I mean, it takes 2 seconds for me to go on Amazon. It's just they don't show up till tomorrow. Plus, I can't get too far in here. Remember, I'm waiting on you to finish up the printed mount. There we go. There's that. And then I got to put a screw up from the bottom, but I don't know how long of a screw that is. This long. M335. I think that's what this is, actually. M335, yeah. Problem is, I don't have the bed dropped, so I don't know if I'll be able to actually get a... Actually, what am I doing? I slide this to the back. There we go. There we go. Cool. Okay, so now that's that. So now I can put the fans in. And then we put this on the bottom. So it looks like these are pinched in here, so the screws go through. One zip tie this for now. One second here. Trying to get these wires out of the way already so I don't accidentally crunch them or anything. So I want them going up. There we go. Again, no screws for the fans. We'll add them in the future kits. That's fine. I mean, these ones are just regular. I'm assuming the screws get pinched into here. So the fans blow down. So it looks like these screw through there. Those come up into there. Okay. I'm assuming M335s again. Just run the screw collecting Roomba. Except for those top two, yeah. So the rest come up from the bottom, it's just those two come down from the top. Okay. And I'm assuming the wires all come out the left side. Yeah, M335s, okay. Okay, I'm just gonna do something quick here. Just for a little, yeah. Just a little tap tap. Who is Taylor? I am Taylor. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I am Spartacus. Does it come with PCB mount? No, you have to print it, and Luke needs to design it, apparently. As he mentioned to me, so. I'll print it in some really nice glass-filled nylon. It'll look really nice. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, and then grab this other fan. Grab 2 more of these, go to the back. Jupiter isn't a standard M14 N17 pattern. Yeah, it's its own thing. It's non-standard, but it's non-standard because it is. It's not, it doesn't, something like this doesn't need to be standard, in my opinion. It's different enough that it's okay doing its own thing, in my opinion. It's okay sometimes for things to not be standard. And yes, this camera angle sucks, but it is what it is. There you go. It's like, get in your hole, dang it. There you go. Okay. What is Jupiter? Jupiter is a planet, but it's also a board. Oh, there's only 2 in this one? Okay, so there's only the 2 in the back. Oh, you're supposed to, yeah, I ain't getting screws in there to screw that down from the top. So this one's only pinched in with 2. It'll be fine. High temp board, yep. That's one of the other reasons I wanted to talk to Luke about doing this with a CHUBE, or correction, with his stuff, is this had a Nighthawk in it, and it also had the EVB board from Big Tree Tech, and both of them were cooking. This printer, it doesn't have any additional heating, but it was getting like hot in here. In the summer, this was getting like close to 70 in the chamber, because against this back wall, it gets hot. So I really wanted to make sure that what I put in here will handle the heat. So I figure, hey, why not contact the guy that makes high temperature printers for a living? Am I self-tapping these? Luke, you didn't tap these. Luke, you didn't tap these. I gotta tap them myself now. Okay. And I'm tapping with a bottom tap, so. Tappy tap tap. Try not to break stuff, try not to snap the tap. Do I know anything about tapping? You wanna know where you can put this tap? Oh, I tapped it backwards. No, you can't. You can't really tap it backwards. Probably shouldn't be doing this over the electronics bay, but whatever. There we go. There we go. Don't threaten me with an M20 good time. I think that was 1.25 inches, actually. Where are we at? So after I tap this hole and put the screw in, we're going to do the giveaway. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some POLYMAKER filament, every stream we give away a spool of it. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance. Do this now because we're going to be doing the giveaway soon. What am I using? Injection molds. I used to be a mold maker by trade. Like this toolbox here is my work toolbox. So like, do I need a several $100 Mitutoyo pencil grinder? No. Or not Mitutoyo, sorry, NSK. Pencil grinder? No, but I have one because I used to be a mold maker. So occasionally when I do talk about manufacturing, I am not talking out of my ass, surprisingly. I am a skilled tradesman by trade. Do you need to be on stream? No. You don't need to be here to win when I do giveaways, but you do have to be here to enter because you can only enter during the stream. I do that because I know I have a big international audience and I know my time zones for streaming don't line up with a lot of people. So yeah. There we go. There we go. Trying to figure out what this aluminum tape is here for. Okay, that is that. That is, I'm gonna have to extend these wires. Oh no. Okay, we're good. I accidentally pinched the wire in there. I'm gonna have to extend these wires, aren't I? I got a feeling I'm gonna have to make wire extensions because I don't think these will fit to the board. But either way, that is the Takeoff tool head installed. So there it is. Obviously the wires will be all nice and pretty at some point and we got to mount the controller, but that is that. All metal. It clears the door and it will collide there, but we had collision issues before because of the all-wheel drive mounts. So we shouldn't actually lose any space with this. It's a good thing we have blowy Metrons. We're really going to need those for all the ABS printing. I know, I'll extend it. I'll just solder on some extensions when we get to it. But yeah, there we go. That is the Takeoff tool head board. Neat. I'm trying to figure out what this wire harness is here. Oh, because I got to mount the bacon. Does it come with a cable? Did the beacon come with a cable? Is it in there? Hopefully it's in there. A new hand has touched the beacon. I'm assuming I'm assuming the beacon mounts this way with like, it goes like this into here. Is there any washers, or I just mount it right to the metal? Like, does there standoffs, or do I just screw it right up into the, straight to the metal? Okay. I can do that. Deduct all the touch points. That's good. Allen key for the size. And then we're gonna do the giveaway, and then I'm gonna eat something because I'm hungry. But I can never find the right size for these ones. There we go. There we go. Wow, that, well, I guess the piece, yeah, nothing touches the metal in terms of chips, so. There we go, that's that. I'm assuming one of these cables is for the beacon. It's gotta be. Because I don't have a cable for the beacon. The beacon didn't have a cable, so I'm assuming, is one of these cables for the beacon, Luke? I'm assuming. Both cables are included. Okay, so one of these is for the beacon, I guess. Okay. Length dependent. Okay, cool. So that is the Takeoff toolhead. This thing is going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. That looks really cool. That looks really cool. That'll be a nice toolhead. Nice. Cool. Okay. I think we're going to call it there. Oh, shoot. I forgot to put the PTFE in there. Oh, well. Remind me to put the PTFE in here. Here. We don't have the PTFE in there. And can I get at it? Yeah, I can get at it. No, I can't get at it. I got to take the fans off. Shoot. I'm going to have to take it apart. Oh, well. How long does the PTFE need to be? Where's marker? Marker. Wow. White marker don't work. Where's my black marker? Marker. PTFE. So don't forget to not put it on. Okay, we're gonna call it there. So let's do this giveaway. And then we'll end the stream. Yeah. I might be able to get in there with an Allen key on the right angle. I think. Nope, I gotta take the fans off. Oh well. No biggie. Giveaway. Published. Save. Responses. Oh shoot, did I allow people to put other for the thing? I did the chart so I could get a feedback. And I think I put like other. I left an other up. Oh well. But I'll show you the chart after we do the giveaway here. File save. And Marvel's on stream. Yeah, there was another option. Shoot. Oh well. I mean, to be fair, other makes sense. I did a quick skim and a lot of people are like, F no. I'm like, well, okay, race. While I'm getting this set up, don't forget, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others, because that is the best way to help support things and make things go great. Okay, 338. That. Let's go with Gerg's Splashtastic Sea Venture. Was it 388? Did I turn bots on? Did I turn the bots on? Are these bots? Seen enough 3D. I'm assuming they're bots. Or no, these are people. These are people. Yeah, there's Kenneth. Okay, so how this works is if I pick your name, on top of winning a spool of filament from POLYMAKER, you also win a free hat. So good luck to this person right here. Who are you? Wade Franklin Wyatt. If you win, you get a spool of filament from POLYMAKER. If anyone else wins, you just get a, or correction, Wade, if you win, you get a hat along with your spool of filament from POLYMAKER. Free hat? Yeah, free hat from the merch store. So good luck. Remember, exclamation mark zoom zoom makes your ball go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. And if you like the video and subscribe to the channel, it greases your ball up and makes it go even faster. There's the finish line. Ooh, who's in the lead? Who's in the lead? Wow, this is gonna be a tight one. Where's the finish line? There's the finish line. I think it's whoever crossed the line first, not the waterfall. Who's in the lead? Who's in the lead? The Stealth? Is it the Stealth? Is it, who is it? The Stealth 359. Congratulations, the Stealth 359. You have won yourself a spool of filament from POLYMAKER. You'll get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from POLYMAKER. Let's play up here. There we go. Cool. So the Stealth 359, congratulations. Menu, confirm, quit. There we go. Okay. So before we do that though, let's copy chart. So how do I? Because I don't want to leak people's DMs here. How do I? Okay, it's copied to clipboard. Can I put it in Notepad? No. Where can I paste this chart? So just to put it in perspective here, how do I do this? Because I don't want to leak people's DMs or people's things, but how do we do this? How do we do this? There we go. This will work. This works. Okay. This works. Okay, cool. So just data point here. So the question was, do you approve of Bambu's recent changes? Okay. This affects me, and yes is green. So that means 3.7% of the audience likes what Bambu is doing. Affects me and no is 20% of the audience. Doesn't affect me, but yes. So this means you don't have a Bambu and you like what they're doing is 6%. And doesn't affect me, but no is 58% of the audience. So the vast majority of people do not like what Bambu is doing. And this is what I like to see, because even though this doesn't affect you, this may not affect you directly, this is something you should be concerned about. Because again, horse armor. You let one company get away with it, they're all gonna try and get away with it. You gotta hold their feet to the fire and prevent this shit from happening, because this is not good for us in the long run. And then we have all these ones. So fuck no, Bambu Mev, Voron Yi. Don't own one of their printers, nearly did, affects the whole industry, don't approve. So the majority of these is, seriously, you don't know who Bambu is? BTJ makes main board, is gonna have that, meh. Doing it, okay. Yeah, like most of these are not approval. So what do we got? We got what, 4% and 20%. So what is it? So what do we got here? So this affects me and they approve. Doesn't affect me and yes. So what do we got? We got, so like what, conservatively 10 to 15% of the audience approves of what Bambu's doing. So that means something like what, 85% of the audience does not approve. So yeah, so that's kind of like what I was hoping to see, is that, you know, this may not affect you. This is something you should be concerned about because bad practices. Who won? The Stealth, I believe. Yeah, the Stealth 3591. If you win, you get an email from me after the stream ends. So that's how it works. Okay, so we're gonna call it there. So again, I want to give a huge shout out to Luke's Lab for providing the hardware that we are using for this upgrade series for the Trident here from Seaboard. So I guess shout out to Seaboard too for originally sending this kit back in the day. But shout out to Luke for providing the stuff for the Toolhead here. We will continue with this build next week some point. I'm gonna get a new power supply, I guess. We're gonna go to 48 volts so we can make this thing chooch. You know, the motors are gonna be 24 volts, whatever. Shout out to POLYMAKER for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream as well. Link for all of them and more in the video description. And for those that donate to the channel, give the memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. Would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. It's Friday. Tomorrow on stream, we're probably going to work on the Gloop V2. And then next Tuesday, we got a resin printer to unbox. So that'll be fun. So enjoy your weekend. Be safe out there, wash your hands, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.